It's Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday movie night. The date today is Saturday, October the 3rd, 2020. I got a candy in my mouth. That's in case you see something weird in there. That's what that is. It's a Werther's original. It's 7:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to episode 24, I think this is, of Saturday Movie Night. For those of you that are joining after the live feed is done after the fact, this is a level number 2 and 3 exclusive to my Patreon. You have to be part of level number 2 and 3 to join in on the live feed, which is what's happening now. If you want to have a chance to vote on the movie we watch it was normally at the end of every month, but because I've been so busy, it looks like it's going to be at the beginning of every month until the end of the month, until the end of the year. You have to be part of level number 3. Once a month, I put up 6 movies for my level number 3 patrons to vote on, and whatever one they vote on the most, whatever one wins, is the movie I sit down and watch. So that's what's happening now. And today, it is Terror Train from 1980, a Canadian horror movie. And not only that, this is completely accidental, folks, because it was neck and neck with Terror Train and Freaky Friday. I know what you're thinking. You put up Freaky Friday? Well, the theme of this Saturday movie night was Jamie Lee Curtis movies that are not Halloween or The Fog. So we had True Lies up there, we had Freaky Friday, we had Terror Train, we had, what else was up there? Trading Places and Prom Night. But it came down to neck and neck between Terror Train and Freaky Friday, and Terror Train just happened to, Darren says old people candy. Hey! Love my Werther's original. Anyway, and it came down to Terror Train. But did you know that Terror Train was released on October the 3rd, 1980? 40 years ago today, this movie was released, and that wasn't intentional. We didn't plan that. At least I didn't. I was completely unaware. It was released today, 40 years ago. Pretty amazing stuff indeed. I'm telling you, it's pretty darn cool if you ask me. So we are watching Terror Train here on this episode of Saturday Movie Night. This is a movie I've not seen in a little bit. 5 or 6 years maybe, so I'm looking forward to watching it again. I'm watching it on Apple iTunes. That's where I'm watching it. I have the movie paused. 2 seconds in, the 20th Century Fox logo, the old school one. That's just before that. 2 second mark is where I have the movie paused, and this should be fun. Now, this is not, I just want to, remind the folks out there, this isn't necessarily a director's commentary type thing. I'm not dissecting the movie and analyzing it as maybe sometimes I do on Two Dudes. This is just friends hanging out watching a movie together. And sometimes there will be a movie I know very well and I'll be able to give insight and dissect till the cows come home. And then sometimes there's movies like this movie where it's like, oh yeah, I haven't watched that in a while. And we're just kind of hanging out watching, chatting about the movie, chatting about life. Whatever the case is, we're glad you can join us. So let's get this thing started. Who we got? We got Darren Sands in the chat room here. We got Anna M. Pops has made her way into the chat room. And Frank Riker's wife. I don't know if that's Frank or if that's somehow somebody else that shouldn't be here that's made their way into the chat. I have no idea. Maybe it is Frank Riker's wife, and he's given her the keys to the dungeon today. The keys to the dungeon. All right, let's get this thing rocking. So here we go. Terror Train, folks. Whoever wants to join in throughout the evening can, and after the fact is perfectly fine. It's his wife. Oh, it is his wife. Well, wonderful. Welcome, Frank Riker's wife. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Terror Train this up. Opening up with the fire. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. Now, this is 1980. So this is actually the year before Halloween 2 came out. I don't know what movie I would imagine she probably did this before she did Halloween 2, because I think Halloween 2 was also shot in 1981 as well, if I'm not mistaken. So she probably did The Fog and then this movie, or maybe this movie and then The Fog. But you know why she was, I mean, you can see why she was getting a little stereotyped as a scream queen here. She did Halloween, The Fog, Terror Train, Prom Night, Halloween 2. She's developing quite the, and Prom Night, if I'm not mistaken, I think Prom Night's a Canadian movie too. I think. A little bit of a Black Christmas vibe here with the college sorority shit. Yeah, what does she see in you, you piece of shit? It's been a long time since I've seen this. Guys. Such pigs. Old people candy. Good Werther's, man. To brush my teeth after this. It's stuck in your teeth, too. You know, it's funny. I remember very little about this movie. I mean, obviously, I know it happens on a train, but I remember very little about this film. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. This looks great, too. This must be like a full HD copy of this. Looks fantastic. See, we got the archetypal characters here. This unattractive fat guy. I mean, let's call it what it is, folks. Let's call it what it is, man. So, Anna, have you seen this movie? I know Darren has. I'm pretty sure Darren has. Have you seen this movie, Anna? Who else is in here? I know there's other people in here. We got 6 people watching at the moment. Other people are going to roll on in, I'm sure. There'll be 9,000 people. 9,000. Like I said, at any given time, there could be 45 people in here because of the level number 2 and 3. Actually, might even be more than that. Might be over 50 people. But I know sometimes people can't tune in for whatever reason and they watch after the fact anyway. But we could, in theory, have that many people in here because there's that many people that are subscribed to those 2 levels. Jamie Lee Curtis. It's funny, I don't remember this part of the movie at all. Like, this is basically a sorority house. I don't remember this movie at all. Or this part of the movie. Like, this opening is very fuzzy to me. I don't remember it. I remember, like, a lot of the train stuff. And of course, guys walking up the stairs. I don't know. It's a black cat there. Anna says, I have, but long time ago. I don't remember much. Yeah, me either. And for me, I'm pretty sure it was only like 5 or 6 years ago. I guess long enough that maybe just so much has happened. Like, I don't even know if there's a death here or not. Like if somebody attacks him or probably not, but it looks like they're about to play like a practical joke or something. And is it, oh yeah, this is funny. Yeah, they are playing a practical joke. This is going to be funny. Frank the Tank, my man, just came in. We're at, yeah, they're right. I'm at 5 minutes now. Oh, he's taking off his, he's got is that yellow underwear? He doesn't have tidy whities. He's got yellow underwear. Almost look like women's underwear. It's a whole other terror train there, folks. This is a different movie we're watching here. So are they teasing this guy, or does he absolutely deserve it? How could you not know? You would know at this point. Oh, he gets... What the fuck? Oh, he's going to hang himself? Is that what happened? What the fuck just happened here? Harold Greenberg and Sandy Howard present Ben Johnson, not the sprinter. Jamie Lee Curtis. Hart. Bushner, I think is how you say that. Terror Train. Rated PG-13. Check your local listings for details and showtimes. Remember when they used to say that back in the day? Be like, Terror Train, rated R. No, it'd be like, Terror Train. No, how would it go? Rated R, check your listings and showtimes. Rated PG-13. Yeah, it's like, Terror Train. Check your local listings for details and showtimes. Rated R. Something like that. They used to, yeah, it's fun. Edited by Ann Henderson. There's the train to terror, folks. What the hell happened at the end there? I don't. Dia Maria is here. Hey, great to see Dia. Sorry I'm late. That's all right, Dia. You made it, and that's what counts. We are, see here, I'm 7 minutes and 15 seconds into the movie. The opening credits are just on the screen. The train to terror is moving past the camera with its steam. It's a locomotive, I guess. Kind of looks like an old school, like steam engine. That's cool. Directed by Roger something or other. 3 years later. Wonder where they shot this. Hey, Google, where was Terror Train shot? Should probably give some weird answer.
Montreal. According to Wikipedia,
Montreal.
Principal photography for Terror Train mainly took place in and around Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Yes, thank you. Don't know of any other Montreals. Montreal. Montreal, well, that makes sense. So, yeah, like, what happened? Yeah, it is a steam engine. What happened? Did the guy get, like, caught up? He got caught up in the sheets, like the veneer, or the, like, what happened? Did he Dia says, and there goes my Google. I know. But isn't Google only supposed to activate to your voice, though? Like, isn't it supposed to be only you that can activate it or something like that? I thought that's how it was supposed to work or something. Something weird. I don't know. Anna says, this movie reminds me to watch Train to... Oh, yeah. How do you pronounce that? Is it Busan? Busan? I've been postponing watching it. I've heard of that movie. It's supposed to be good. Yeah, it is going to be your last big college party. You're going to fucking die, you son of a bitch. I was just saying, Dia and Frank, before you guys arrived, that, and it just worked out this way. It's just a coincidence that today is the 40th anniversary of this movie, to the day. Terror Train was released on October the 3rd, 1980. What a quinkydink. This is a Canadian movie, too, like I said. Stupid. Terror Train's one of those movies that, you know, it's fine. I remember the first time I watched it, you know, I don't know, however many years ago, and I thought it was fine. It didn't... it's not great, you know what I mean? But it's okay. Like, it kind of... Like, it never had any... I don't think it ever had any sequels. I don't think Terror Train ever did. There, of course, is the costume there that's on the front of the poster. I like the idea, though. I really like the idea of having this kind... Like, that's what I love about, Murder on the Orient Express, or like stories like that take place on a train and you're isolated and you're traveling and there's a murder and you got to figure out what's going on. And I love that kind of stuff. I love the whodunits of being isolated in a place where you can't escape from. I like that. There's been some movies that have had that element to it that have even taken place on a plane, which I always find kind of interesting too. Darren says, I worked with the director on a movie called A Street Cat Named Bob. A lovely chap. He also directed Tomorrow Never Dies and Turner and Hooch. The director of this movie, or the director of, I'm assuming you mean this movie. That's cool. That's awesome. Anna says, my best friend loves that movie, Darren. That's so cool. Turner, which one? Turner and Hooch or Tomorrow Never Dies? I love Turner and Hooch. Oh my God, I love Turner and Hooch. It didn't do very well, but I thought it was hilarious. The track was clear. Clear. Good. I was hanging out with Bruce today. We were going over tons of stuff in regards to It's Me, Billy. And a lot of phone calls, a lot of stuff to set up. It's crazy, man. It's crunch time. We're watching the COVID numbers, keeping our fingers crossed. And if we even said that, and I've told you guys this too, if we can shoot the movie at the end of November, if we actually get a chance to do that, you'll have a teaser at Christmas. And we already, who knows if this will actually end up being the teaser, but off the top of our heads, we know what we want the teaser to be. And it's great. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe there'll be 2 teasers. Who knows? I don't know. But we gotta shoot that movie first, man. I won't feel comfortable until I can get home after that week, settle in and go, okay, I think we're okay. I think we did it. Oh, do I have that in here? I do. And for those of you that ordered Lynn Griffin Christmas balls, did anybody here in the chat order a Lynn Griffin Christmas ball? There are only 20 available. If you're watching after the fact, maybe you're one of them. I'm happy to say that I was able to pick them up. They came in. There you go. That's what they're going to look like. Pretty cool stuff with Lynn's signature right there. Pretty cool. So she made them up. There they are. So my goal is hopefully I can get these out to those who did order them for Christmas. That's my goal. Anyway. Pretty cool stuff. Lynn was great. I met up with her and her husband yesterday. So really great stuff. Somebody just died. They're lying on the tracks. They're lying on the tracks. No. Frank says it's the old New York Central City, Albany, derailed in 1920, killed hundreds of people. Ghostbusters 2. For a minute, I was like, that sounds really familiar. That's right. Dia says it's still so surreal. We are going to have the It's Me, Billy film. Super excited. We are super excited too, Dia. There's so much that's going on behind the scenes you guys don't know about. Because obviously, I'd be talking about every single moment, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and we're just very, very, very excited, and we're just keeping our fingers crossed that we can shoot this thing at the end of November. So we'll see. We will see. Anna says, I heard Jimmy Champagne is making a Halloween fan film and released it when Kills was supposed to be released this year. Vincent DeSanti is in it too. Yes, I saw a little trailer for that. I actually knew they were shooting that about a month or so ago. And I was excited to see how it turned out. And the trailers cut really well together. So hopefully his film looks just as good and ends up being just as good. So I'm really excited to see that. Yeah, October 16th. It's a short film, I think. I don't know how long it is. Have to ask him. 10 minutes, 50 minutes? I don't know. 5 minutes? Who knows? But it looks pretty cool. Darren says, a reluctant Alana Maxwell is coerced into participating in a prank. She lures the shy and awakened pledge Kenny and awkward pledge Kenny. Why is this not showing up? Where'd you go? There we go. It scrolled out of view for me. Kenny Hampson into a darkened room on the promise of sexual liaison. However, some other students have placed a woman's corpse stolen from the university medical school during the Christmas vacation in the bed instead. Kenny is traumatized by the prank and is sent to a psychiatric hospital. What is this? Is it this movie? Or are you talking about... I'm lost. Are you guys talking about... I'm looking up at the top there. Yeah. Frank Riker says, trains are good settings, but somehow they feel safe. They do feel safe, but I love a whodunit, good murder mystery kind of thing that takes place in a train. Oh, that was the opening scene. Thank you, Darren. Thank you. Yeah, because I have the movie in my ears, but sometimes it's hard to do several things at once. Right. Yes, Kenny is traumatized with a prank and is sent to psychiatric hospital. Okay, right. Okay, so he doesn't, and obviously he's seeking his revenge on those who pranked him. Dave, what's wrong? Nothing. I'm good. Thanks. I'm 17 minutes, 17 seconds into the movie here. It's a little bit of it's like, I remember all this shit. And I remember this guy, because I used to think he looked like fucking one of the Beatles or something. It's very 70s. Well, this is 1980. So whenever you watch movies from the 1980s, you sometimes get a sort of a crossover of dress and vibe and, things like that, because it's only 1 year removed from the 70s. So you do get some spillover in terms of wardrobe and aesthetic and cars and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, that's right, Darren. Yeah, that makes sense now that you're talking about the opening scene. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the movie. I figured you were talking about this movie, but for some reason I wasn't correlating it to the opening scene of the movie. But now that yes, okay, that makes sense. Yep, makes sense. He wants his revenge. It's David Copperfield. Is it David Copperfield for real? It actually is David Copperfield? Or are you, really? Actually kind of looks like David Copperfield now that you mention it. Maybe you are serious. Are you serious, Clark? Holy shit, I should have brushed up on the cast list before I started doing this. It kind of does look like David Copperfield if it's not. You could totally buy it. Yep, David Copperfield. Wow, very cool, Darren. Darren's on fire tonight. Yeah, that's him. Even Dia knows it. Dia's like, yeah, Dave, that's him. I mean, come on. Like, where the fuck have you been, McRae? I'm just kidding. That's so cool. I didn't know that was David Copperfield. David Copperfield was in Terror Train. Hey, maybe Frank's just like me. Holy shit! Jamie Lee Curtis in her white blouse. That was ADR. Sucks to you. I could tell that was ADR. It's my sound mixing taking over. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, is that? Oh, there he is. I'm going to kill you all. I love that this is a fucking locomotive steam engine. I love this. I love it. Hey, Tabitha's here. Hello, Tabitha. Welcome. Didn't think you were going to be able to make it. It's great to see you. Did Austin have fun trick or treating? I think you were going to a birthday party, if I'm not mistaken. That's right, man. Like, I love this, though. I love, the narrow corridors, the lighting here. I mean, the mask is a little kind of cheesy. It's kind of, it's not scary particularly. I think maybe if you had hidden the mask, this is going to sound typical of me, but if you had hidden the mask and shrouded it in darkness, it might be creepy. It's not particularly creepy to me, but certainly I it is what it is. But I love the narrow corridors. Fuck, that would have been hard getting a camera down there. Because that's pretty narrow. That's fucking narrow. Holy shit. Yeah, looking at, if you hadn't said anything, Darren, I probably would have been like, isn't that the guy from the beginning of the movie? Because when looking at his eyes and look like I can totally see it. He's pissed, man. Look at that face. He's like, yeah. He almost looks like Salvador Dali. Or Salvador Dali mixed in with Eugene Levy because of the thick eyebrows. That's so funny. It's funny. Tabitha says, he looks so cute in his costume. I'll post a picture on the McRae page. Yes, please do that. I'd love to see it. Don't tell me what he was, though. I think it'd be cool to take a guess. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Fucking right into the mirror and shit. Train just moving along. The fuck, man? Hang on a sec here. I'm looking up the IMDb on this. I'm seeing actors where I'm like, I know that actor. You're right, David Copperfield. And he is the magician in the fucking movie. Fascinating. David Copperfield. Okay. All right. Derek McKinnon is the killer. Wow, and he hasn't done anything. He did Terror Train, My Lovely Bank, Breaking All the Rules, Unknown Dimensions, a TV series from 1988. Then he fucked off for like 20 years, and then did something called Family Motel where he played a drag queen. All right. Fascinating. Here's the movie here. Here's the movie. Yes. Yeah. Tabitha says, how's the movie going? Good so far. Yeah, we're 23 minutes, well, basically 24 minutes in. Been a couple of deaths. I've discovered that David Copperfield is in this movie, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know that was David Copperfield, but it totally makes sense because it looks exactly like a young David Copperfield. This is so great. Imagine if this is Laurie Strode. It's the same universe, and this is Laurie Strode incognito. She's left. She's on a train. Give it a chance, will ya? Lots of places to hide, sneak around. Love that kind of thing. It's great stuff. Ooh, he's locking. Occupied, bitches. Occupied. Jason Nike is here. Hey, Jason. Welcome, my man. A look-see. Shouldn't we take a look-see? Well, isn't it self-explanatory that if we were going to look, we're going to see? Oh, excuse me. That was a burp, folks. It happens when you've been drinking too much water. Just get naked already, for God's sakes. Jesus. You can tell they want to. Oh, David Copperfield's doing magic. Look at that hair. Why, yes. Why, yes, you can borrow that coin. I love a good magician, though. You know that, like somebody who is like a Copperfield or a David Blaine or whatever. Like it's fun to see like the illusions close up, and you're like, how the fuck are they doing that? Like, how would you do something like that? Ooh, David Copperfield showing off. I literally thought she said, well, what about my penis? That's what I thought she said. She said, what about my peanuts? And I'm like, penis? What kind of fucking movie is this? And since when did she have a penis? Yeah. Darren says, I always find magicians slightly creepy. Yeah, they can be. They can be. It's true. It's very true. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I can't pause it. What does that say on there? The fucking front page of that? Ah, yes. Anna says, David Blaine has creepy eyes. Yeah, I guess it works. It works. Who else is out there? Chris Angel, I guess, too. He's the popular illusionist. Is that guy from, he looks like, I don't want to say anything yet. I want to look up if he's the same guy from, just looking somebody up. Is that guy? Maybe not. Just looking something up here. I want to see if it's what I think it is. I don't think it is him, though. I don't think it is him. What? What? Oh. There we go. No, it's not him. It's not him. I thought it was somebody, but it's not. It ain't him, McRae. It ain't him, man. What do we got here? Darren says they're always full of their own self-importance, like they're superior to everyone. Well, I guess that's... yeah, there is that kind of a vibe, isn't there? Or maybe this is saying more about me than the magician. Frank says, and the Statue of Liberty is behind your ear. Yes, remember when Copperfields made it disappear? And it says, no, Darren, you're right. Darren says, all that sawing women in half bullshit pisses me off. That's funny. It is pretty crazy, though. Like, some of the stuff, you're like, come on, you know? This old guy's trying to do the conductor, I guess. He's trying to do magic. He has reason to the top of the deck. This guy looks familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. Another close-up of that occupied sign. Oh, that woman's still alive. Yeah. Oh, they want to go have sex. That's what they want, ladies and gentlemen. Tabitha says, Taco Bell run, guys. See you back soon. Taco Bell. Yes. Or some people say toxic hell. Oh, here's, all right, we're watching David Copperfield, ladies and gentlemen. Now, was David Copperfield known at this time? He's very, very young. Or was this sort of him kind of starting out? He was a magician, of course, but they just got him for this role, maybe. Maybe he was known at that time. Can't remember. I don't know. I was only 1 year old in 1980. Pretty cool stuff. Frank says it's the 3:10 to Yuma. That's a good movie. Darren says The Silver Streak. Now there's a fun movie. Yes. Isn't that the one with isn't that Richard Pryor and what's his face? Gene Wilder? Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder? I think that's Silver Streak, isn't it? Or am I thinking of something else? Can't remember. I know this old guy from somewhere. The conductor. I know how he does it. I thought he was going to be like, why don't you come back to my place and I'll show you. Darren says, that's correct, Dave. Okay, cool. Yes, I saw that. Again, that's a movie I haven't seen in a long time, but I love me some Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder together. I love their Hear No Evil, See No Evil. A lot of movies they've done have been great. And I like one of my mom's favorite movies. I don't think it did very well when it came out, but she loved it. Was it didn't have Pryor in it, but it had Gene Wilder, was Haunted Honeymoon. And my mom loved Haunted Honeymoon, and it's a cute movie. It's funny. Gene Wilder was great. Loved him. He was fantastic. Yeah, Frank says bring out Chris Angel. That's right, bring him out. Ooh, wait a minute. We didn't hire a magician. Yeah. So they want you to think that it's the magician, but it's not. It's the crazy guy from the beginning. I'm not so sure this time. Well, then you shouldn't have been a dick. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Jason says, I watched Never Hike Alone last night. I love that film. It's great. Vince did such a great job. Such a great job. Very talented. Looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to when Vince, and he's dabbled in this a little bit, but it'll, of course, he's going to be locked into Friday the 13th for a while. But I look forward to when he makes original shit too. Well, actually, he was telling me that he's tapped to direct something original. But I don't know when that's supposed to be. Fascinating. I should watch some David Copperfield on YouTube, because admittedly I haven't watched him I've seen some of his stuff, but it's been years. Like probably since the 90s. Of course, that's when he was really kind of big, was it the 80s, 90s, but not too big anymore. I don't think he's too big anymore anyway. I don't fucking know. Yeah, that's right. Darren says, Haunted Honeymoon, Dom DeLuise in drag. I know. Such a good movie. I mean, good is in the eye of the beholder at the end of the day, but it always makes me think of my mom, so it gives me a good memory there. And there's some cute moments. Like, there's some genuinely funny moments in that movie. I don't know. How old is Jamie Lee Curtis here? She's got to be like 22, 21, 22, something like that. She's got to be. Well, if she turned 60 last year, right? Or no, 2018 she turned 60. So yeah, so she's like 22. She's 22 here. It's just like it feels like this train is just like one big orgy train. You know what I mean? Like it's eyes wide shut. That's what this train is for. And where are they going too? Like, does it say where they're going? I'm sure it does. I'm sure I could read it. I'm just lazy at the moment. Jason Nike says, Vince is awesome. I reached out to him and he got back to me. I appreciate and respect the hell out of him. Yeah, Vince is great. Vince is great. He's very good, very accessible, very knowledgeable. Myself and Bruce and Vince and Cecil and a couple other guys, we did a fan film horror panel that'll be available probably in the next couple of weeks for FearCon in Phoenix. It was virtual, but we did it, and we did it about a couple weeks ago, I guess, because we recorded it early. It should be available on the FearCon website, I would imagine, like October, I don't know, 15th, something like that, 16th, somewhere around there. Dia says, Darren has it out for magicians. He says, why would you watch David Copperfield on YouTube? He's a con man and a shyster, bloody magicians. I love magicians. I like tricks. I like watching illusions. I think it's fun. Unless you're talking about like a serious con man. And like he's been charged with like some sort of. But yes, magicians are to a degree con men. But at the same time, they're not really conning people because it is advertised as magic. I know what you mean, though. I'm going to use a passkey to open the fucking toilet and watch you taking a shit. Ooh, here we go. Look at the blow! Oh! Oh, what is that? Oh, yeah, there's something like... Is there something in there? Maybe he's still in there. He's going to open that fucking thing there in a second. He's going to lift off the mask. Oh, it's the bottle. I thought it was some sort of like weapon at first. It's a bottle. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I remember a lot of the movie taking place like with them dancing and in this sort of, whatever car this is on the train. I remember a lot of that. Jason says, do you do anything, Dave, for Thanksgiving? Not really. I mean, if for those of you that don't know, the Canadian Thanksgiving, the American Thanksgiving, I believe, is the last Thursday in November. The Canadian Thanksgiving is the first Monday in October. Same kind of thing. Turkey, stuffing, get full, stuff your face, hang with friends and family, be thankful. It's the exact same thing. Just ours is the first Monday in October. I think, and I stand to be corrected, I think that is actually the true Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken, when you go back into history and you look at the dates and all that kind of stuff. But I could be wrong. But no, not so much anymore. I mean, both my parents have passed, right? And my brothers and sisters live so far away, usually on the other side of the country. And Thanksgiving here in Canada, as you know, Jason, being a Canadian yourself, is not as big as it is in the US. It's big, but in the US, Thanksgiving is arguably bigger than Christmas. It's like the big holiday. You know what I mean? When here in Canada, that's reversed. It's Christmas is the big holiday. So Thanksgiving is, not that Christmas isn't big in the US, it is, but Thanksgiving in the States is huge. And Thanksgiving here is fine. It's big, but it's like, it'd be like Easter, you know? Thanksgiving's like Easter for us. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's, you know, it's a little holiday. But since my parents have passed and my siblings were kind of all over the place, not really. To be myself, my girlfriend, maybe a few friends, you know, or it maybe not because of COVID, and it'll just be us. We'll cook up a little turkey or whatever and just have a nice meal and spend the evening together. You know, we're usually kind of quiet in that regard. If I had kids of my own, and if me and my siblings were closer, not just in proximity, but in terms of relationship, we'd probably do more. But I don't have, when my parents died, that was really sort of kind of, you know what I mean? Sometimes it brings people closer together, and sometimes you kind of just go, and for us, it was just kind of, you know, and we don't, like, there's no animosity in our family. I don't have anything against any of my siblings. I don't imagine they do me. It's just, we're just not a very close family, you know? But those of you that do have close families, I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome. Darren says, hopefully it's bloody Copperfield. I can hear your voice, Darren. I can hear your voice. Jason says, gotta go, everyone. Putting my kids to bed. I will see you guys later. Take care, Jason. Take care and have a great rest of your night. Anna says, we don't have Thanksgiving in Europe, and we barely have Halloween. Christmas is the star here. Yeah. Thanksgiving's definitely a North American thing. And Halloween, I know, is not as popular because I have family in England, and I have an uncle in Italy. And I'm very aware that Halloween is kind of there, but it's not really that big, which is like hard for some people here in North America to wrap their minds around, you know? But it's true. But Christmas is, it's a very universal kind of. There was blood there before. I could have sworn it, man. I like that, though, when the conductors open up the thing, there was blood there. This guy's just awakening from like this drunken stupor. He's drunk. Ooh, good manipulation there. I like it. But yeah, that's right. Thanksgiving's next, for us. It's not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. We usually have our turkey dinner and things like that on the Sunday, though. And the Monday is officially Thanksgiving. But everybody usually has their turkey on Sunday, really. But it is a holiday, though. So I think it is a stat holiday. So I think people do get it off work. And Black Friday was never a thing here. Until like maybe 15 years ago or something like that. Then it started to become a thing here. And now we celebrate Black Friday too. Of course, it's funny though, because it's not nearly as, it's so, it's not like it is in the States, man. The States, people have died on Black. It's insane to me. It's insane to me that people have been trampled to death because of a fucking sale. I'm like, no. And I have never been passionate enough about anything in my life, wanted to see or buy something so much that I would stand out in line for days or hours or get up at 4 a.m. I don't care. I don't care enough. And there's been nothing. No concert, no hockey tickets, no football game, baseball game, no movie. No. I don't know if there's something wrong with me and I have a fucking brain cell that's not there or something. I don't know. But whenever I see people lined up around the block for days to get the latest phone or what, I'm just like, And no offense to anybody if, you know, if you've done that. I've just been always like, I just don't get it. Just wait a couple of days and just walk in and buy it. You know, I just don't get it. I can't, I'm trying to think of what I would, if there's any, and I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything in my life that I would need so much and so badly and so immediately that I would do that for. So when I hear that people have been trampled on Black Friday because I'm just like, really? You know, and it's not even like, they don't even need it. Like you see those videos of those shoppers just tossing TVs into their car. They don't even need the TVs. And they're just, it's psychological. They're just throwing anything in there because they think they're getting deals and sales. And we have it up here, but it's, you know, it's just like for us, it's not, there's no mayhem. It's just like a busy shopping day. That's what it's like. It's like, oh, it feels like it's like the day before Christmas or something. It's a busy shopping day, but it's Black Friday. You know what I mean? We have the lineups and the deals too, but I don't think anybody's ever been trampled on. Or, you know, like you open the doors and people rush in like you see some of those videos. It's mind-boggling to me. We are, got the hand. We're 46 minutes and 37 seconds into the movie, and he just took out another woman. I like how in the sound design, when a woman screams, they mask that over the train whistle. I think that's kind of cool. That's right. Fucking right, man. Fucking right. David Copperfield, no strange, showing that he's got like his shirt's open like a BG. Showing that chest hair. Yeah, I think I know what it is about this movie. It's not a bad movie, but I just don't think anything beyond the killing is that interesting. And I think that's what it's sort of like. It grows on you when you watch the movie a couple of times, you know, and you get lost in sort of the idea of being on this train and whatnot. But I don't think the stories beyond that, like in order to keep it going because you're isolated, you have to have these stories with these characters. And, you know, I mean, and then you get these kind of things like her looking at like, ooh, he's fucking creepy. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Da-da-da-da. Darren's watching this right now going, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, he's trying to impress her. Darren says Copperfield has Lego hair. Looks like it. You're right. He does have Lego hair. You're absolutely right. Now, how could you not get into bed with this guy? He's just literally swept you off your feet. Almost literally. Oh, he feels a little jealous. Oh, no. Wait a minute. That's not the right guy. I was thinking of the other guy. That's not him. Go talk to him, you son of a bitch. Darren says, keep your hands off Jamie, you creep. That's right. Agreed. Jamie's beautiful. She was beautiful in this movie. She was beautiful when she was younger. She still is beautiful. She's still, to this day, she's aged gracefully. If she has had any work done, it hasn't been a lot of work. It hasn't, at least it's not like, you know, Priscilla Presley kind of look. And Priscilla Presley was so beautiful too back in the day. You know what I mean? But she's had, yeah. But Jamie, I don't think she's had work done. She's aged gracefully. She looks stunning today. She was stunning then. Oh, there are the boobs. The boobs are not Jamie's boobs, folks, for those of you that are not watching along. They are, if you want to see Jamie boobs, you got to watch Trading Places. Of course, every horror movie, I guess, has a set of boobs that make an appearance. Not in It's Me, Billy, though. It's Me, Billy, we don't have any boobs that make any appearances. There's no nudity in It's Me, Billy. Darren, I can't. I'm looking at him, and all I see is Lego hair now. That's all I see is just Lego hair. Ooh, he's got a switchblade. Isn't that illegal? Maybe it's okay because it's part of his act. Ooh, how did he do it? How did he do it? Darren says casual nudity and sex scenes are a thing of the past now. It's true. It's true. Yeah. Especially in horror movies. Although, if you're making like the quintessential slasher, like if you are paying homage and you're making something like a Terrifier, or, you know, you're making like an exploitative kind of movie, I guess I should say, usually you do find, you know, nudity and things like that. But you're right. Horror, I mean, in large part, it doesn't have that anymore. It's evolved. Like anything, it evolves and, you know. But for us, it just wasn't I mean, I'm not against making a movie or shooting a film that has nudity if it requires it. You know what I mean? But there's no need for our actors to take off their top. You know, there's no need for it. And I don't know if they would be comfortable or not. Usually on their, oh, look at this death. My God. I got to go tell somebody. And then when I come back, it'll be gone. Usually on an actor's resume, it will state whether they're comfortable with nudity, partial nudity, full nudity. And it didn't on these girls, but we weren't looking for it either because we didn't have anything. But there are, of course, you know, a lot of actors out there that are, but with It's Me, Billy, it's not a story. It's not a story that requires it. It's unnecessary. So it didn't make it into our film. And I only bring that up too, because I saw the nudity here, but somebody reached out to me, I want to say it was during the campaign, and asked if there was going to be nudity in the movie. And I said, no. And they appeared disappointed. And I was like, well, it's not that kind of, it's probably because, you know, they look at the three leads and like, oh, they're attractive, you know, they want to see it. It's like, yeah, but it's not relevant to the picture, you know? Now, why would you not at that moment? Why would you not at that moment? Hang on. Wouldn't you be like, why does this guy look so familiar? He looks like, I know this guy. But I don't know him at the same time. I actually think the actor isn't somebody I know. I think I'm just thinking he looks similar to me to another actor. The old guy, the conductor is what I'm thinking of. Frank Riker says, today is my son Isaac's first birthday. Happy birthday, Isaac. Amazing. Numero uno. That is amazing. Anna says, happy birthday to your son, Frank. Darren says, double bill with cannibal holocaust. What is this? Double bill with cannibal holocaust? Is that that's a movie? I'm looking this up. She's dead. Oh, really? Is she dead? Oh, you're right. It is 1980. Wow, I've never even heard of this movie. Oh, it's an Italian film. Oh, wait a minute. Does this have... No, it's not the movie I'm thinking of. It's not. I don't think I've seen this movie. We might have to put that on the list, Darren. We might have to put that on the list. Interesting. Yeah, well, your goddamn best friend is dead, bitch. Yes, okay, so she's seen it. Yeah, because it's important to her. That sounded like Laurie Strode there. Oh, God. Didn't it? It's happening again. Michael is back. Michael's back. Okay, I think I've been talking about nudity too much because he said, we're going to try a little mental telepathy. But I heard him say, we're going to try a little nipple telepathy. Whatever the hell nipple telepathy is. Yeah, it's a slow burn, but there's not a lot. Like, I find there's not a lot of interesting. It's more just like, it's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie, but I can see why it didn't spawn a series or it didn't go on, or, you know, it's just it kind of hits a point and then just kind of stays there. You know, it doesn't really, at least so far. And again, I haven't seen the movie in about 5 or 6 years. But I remember, like, I'm feeling right now the same way I felt when I saw it 5 or 6 years ago, which was, I think, the second time I saw it, because I first saw this when I was a teenager, and I think I'm feeling the same way. I'm like, yeah, it's you know, it's watchable, but there's it feels like there's a lot of drama that's going on in the midst of this too, and it doesn't have the same mood. Like, I love the idea that there's a train, but it doesn't have the execution isn't as strong as something like The Fog or even Prom Night. Sweet Jesus. Jesus is sweet. Darren says, no, you don't, Dave. It was a joke. Nobody needs to see that movie. Oh, okay. Horrible stuff. You'd lose all your patrons overnight. Really? Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. I guess I've never, it's not the movie I'm thinking of. And admittedly, I didn't actually read it. So I'd have to read about it to get what you're saying. So yes, I certainly will take note of what you just said. I'm not familiar with the movie. It's the animal stuff. No thanks. Okay, they did real animal deaths. Anna says, that movie messed up with my head. It's the only movie I wouldn't watch a second time. Maybe I'll watch it on my own. Check it out. I like things that, you know, I like watching disturbing things and stuff like that. Maybe I'll watch it on my own. Just got to see what it's like. We're 57 minutes and 55 seconds here. I love these narrow corridors, though. Like, imagine if the lights were out. Like, the lights went out in one of these corridors and shit. You know what would be a fun movie to watch for Saturday movie night too? Of course, it'd have to get voted in, but would be April Fool's Day. That's always a fun one. I like that one. That's fun. That's fun. Darren says, this guy was in the Wild Bunch and the Getaway. Was he? Stick to Copperfield, Dave. He's disturbing. It's that Lego hair, Darren. It's that Lego hair that's incredibly disturbing when it comes to David Copperfield. I think he should, personally, I think David Copperfield should go back to that hair because, I mean, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. I'm just going to settle in here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Put my feet up there and see what's going down. Oh, he's fucking dead, all right. He's dead. He's dead. Is this fucking old guy, is he the conductor? Because he's doing a lot of stuff other than conducting. Or is it the other guy that's the conductor, and this is the guy that just takes the tickets? Well, usually it's the conductor, maybe, that sometimes and comes by sometimes with the tickets. I don't know. Darren says that hair Got him Claudia Schiffer, for fuck's sakes. Or it was the shit that he was pulling with Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie. Could be that too. Could be that too. Frank says maybe horror comedians next time. Horror comedies next time. Haunted Honeymoon and April Fool's Day and such. Not a bad idea. Sounds good, Frank. American Werewolf. Ooh. Which does have comedic elements to it, but I think it's more straight horror. Anna says Haunted Honeymoon is also fun. Oh, it is. It is. So they're trying to stop the train. Here they go. The train is stopping. Can they stop the train? That's the question. Look at that disco ball, man. I want to put a disco ball in my room. Totally. I think it'd be great. Would you guys be into that or? That'd be fun, man. Having a disco ball. Or maybe I'll have a disco ball here in my studio. And when I do my shows, it'll spin around and cast like this weird sort of shape lighting and shit. And love the sound design there. You can see the snow and stuff. You got a killer amongst you. You're going to have to find who he is. That's right. Don't go too far. Gary Glitter. Disco balls remind me of Gary Glitter too much. Yeah. Gary Glitter. Gary Glitter, geez, yeah. Hey! What was that called again? Rock and Roll Part 2 or something? Yeah, I don't know what it is about this movie. It's just, there's not enough. I think there was just too much time spent on the drama. You know, and it does make you feel, it does, like, it's not even, it's almost borderline. This movie isn't even really a slasher. I mean, it is because it's got all the tropes and it's slasher after, it is. But it's very, yeah. See, I like this. I like the mood here, like walking through the corridor and all the lights are off and stuff. Let go of me, you son of a bitch, you damn son of a bitch. Yep, Rock and Roll Part 2. Yeah. The killer is picky, says Frank. Yeah, he is. Jamie Lee Curtis is talking now about. Here's the exposition that brings the audience up to speed. Listen to her, man. She's freezing. Put your arm around her. Hug her. Hold her. Make love to her right there on the snow. Excuse me. It's getting crazy. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Backlit. Come on. We gotta solve it, damn it. Darren says that song was used in a kids' fairground in the UK and is reported to the police Really? Um, I mean, I understand, but it's the song that's used. There's a lot of symbolism. I mean, obviously we know Gary Glitter's background, and the song is very catchy. It's iconic. It was used in Joker as well. When he's dancing on the steps, that's the song they use. And I think that's intentional. I've always thought that's a layer there. Talks more about his abuse and things like that, and potential abuse he may have, and he's freeing himself from that abuse. It's a great song. I don't know if I would have called the police because it was on a, I mean, it's not like it's not like Gary Glitter was there. You know what I mean? It's just a song, and it's not like the song, there's anything in the song that's negative. That sounds like a little, I mean, I think maybe maybe to be mindful, maybe we shouldn't play it here, but I mean, police seemed a little overreaching in my estimation anyway. Darren Sand says it's actually a pretty dull movie, to be honest. It is. Yeah, dull's a good word. Dull is a good word. It's just, like I said, it kind of, it peaks in the opening scene, and then it just kind of stays there. Actually, the opening scene is probably the most interesting scene in the movie. And then it just kind of just stays there. It doesn't really go anywhere else. It's not, it's dull is actually a very good word. It's not a bad movie. I mean, I've seen worse movies than Terror Train, but it's missing the terror. It's got the train. It's got the train, but it's missing the terror. Here she is. She's banging on the door. Yeah. Woke folks, Dave, they never have thick skin. Well, that's true. That is true. Like, again, I can understand somebody saying to the people who were in charge, hey, maybe we shouldn't play that again. Oh, okay, whatever. But, I mean, police, Jesus. If Gary Glitter was there, in glitter, going, hi, kids, I mean, I could be like, well, but, song, it's like, but you're right. I mean, there are people in this, I'm sure, like, obviously road hockey, street hockey, where kids playing hockey out on the street with a tennis ball is a pretty big thing here in Canada in the summer and in the fall and stuff. And we've had people like call the police on kids playing street hockey. And it's like, the fuck are you doing? Would you rather them out snorting cocaine or something? So they're playing in the street. So, and when you drive down the street, they pick up the net, they move, they let you go by. It's not a big, come on, it's been a staple in this country for years. Lots of kids do that. Not a big deal. They're not harming anything. Yeah, we've had that before on the news. They just don't like the noise. And I'm like, fuck, you live in it's kids, man. It's kids. Like, as long as it's not after a certain time, like if it's like, 2:00 in the morning, well, yeah. But this is like, 3 PM or something. It's like, they're kids, for Christ's sakes. They'll be out there for a couple hours and then it'll be over. Who cares? So many people just have nothing better to do. The fuck is this guy doing? And the music, it's like the music's trying to make it seem like it's really intense and everything. It's like, no. Darren hit the nail on the head. It's just a dull movie. And the characters are not interesting enough. It's just not good writing. It's just dull writing. It needs people needed to be offed earlier. Well, no, I guess they did it right, but then it didn't go anywhere. That's the thing. It took a while to get to this point. And you're only spending like the last... And you could argue and say, well, Halloween didn't really get to its point until, yeah, but Halloween, the nuance in Halloween was better. It was better pace. It was more suspenseful. The music, it was just better. It was better executed. This is just, no, that's clearly they're showing you that's a woman's hand there, or maybe not. Oh, it's a woman's hand. Why would you not say anything? Why would you not look up? Look up! Look up, you son of a bitch! Oh! He's getting the old throat slash. The old throat slash. Anna says it needs Dr. Loomis. Anna also says, I can see now why I forgot most of the movie. It's pretty forgettable. It is. It is. It's not a movie that is, again, it's not a bad movie. It's just dull. You know, it kind of like, it just hits that and then just doesn't, like it hits like a 5 and stays at a 5. You know, it doesn't go to a 9. It doesn't go back to like a 4 or 3. Just kind of there. It's serviceable. It's watchable. But it's not a movie that I care, especially after seeing it again now, I couldn't care less if I ever watched it ever again. And I own it, by the way. I own this movie on DVD. But yeah. Does David Copperfield get it? That'd be great. That'd be great if he gets it. Darren says, Fox's first slasher movie dubbed as Halloween on a Train. I bet the marketing guys had a huge lunch. Had a huge lunch after that idea. Yes. It ain't Halloween on a Train, that's for sure. And it could have been. That's the thing. It could have been Halloween on a Train. If they had developed more of the suspense and had more suspense and more with the killer, you know, it's just more like everybody finding out that there's a killer probably a half hour before they did. Get rid of the magician shit. Get rid of all of that. There's just a lot of stuff in there that's unnecessary. It's very convoluted. The magician is completely unnecessary because never at any point do I ever think the killer could be him. And sometimes it feels like that's what they're trying to do. Although maybe I'm completely missing the mark on that. I don't ever feel it's him. I never feel it's anybody else but who it is. So get rid of the magician, get rid of the subplot of this love triangle, not triangle, but you know, get rid of that and just focus on a group of people that are on this train and shit hits the fan. And when shit hit the fan, like when this old guy here discovered the guy dead in the bathroom, that should have been the start of it all. They should have come back. They should have been like, I'm telling you, there was a guy here, whatever. And it should have just gone on from there. It shouldn't have just gone back to like normal. And now we're watching shows and magicians. And it just like, it was like, this is now. No, it needed to peak earlier and it needed to get rid of a lot of the fat. It's got a lot of unnecessary fat. And the shit that you're watching right now, which we're an hour and 13 minutes into the movie. This shit right now that you're seeing, we should have been seeing this shit like 45 minutes ago. Maybe not quite that long ago. At least half hour ago. You know what I mean? And then like the train goes into maybe the power is cut on the train. So now like everybody's in darkness on the train with just emergency lights, you know, and yeah, like all this stuff. This is great. This is typical 80s or early 80s stuff, but it's not. Yeah. It's the first half after the opening. It's this chunk of fat. We're spending so much time with these college kids or whatever in this dance environment and party. And it's like, I don't give a fuck about this. Frank says, oh shit, I missed that face. Frank says, this is a movie you ease your kids into horror with. That's not a bad idea. Darren says it's a pound store Halloween. You mean like a pound, like 1 pound, like $1? You mean that kind of thing? Is that what you're referring to? Oh, a pound store. Yeah, like a dollar store. I get you. Yeah, I get you. Anna says, I was eased into horror by Child's Play too when I was 3. I was afraid of my dolls ever since. That's so funny. Oh my goodness, that's funny. I think the first horror movie I ever saw was one of the Elm Street films. I think it was either Elm Street 2 or the first one, or it was either Friday like 2 or 3 or something like that. Funny enough, I don't think it was Halloween. I think Halloween was like 3rd. Still very early. Like I saw it when I was like, 6 or something or 7, or 5 probably. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I might make a social media post after then, just say happy birthday to Terror Train, Jamie Lee Curtis. Good, always want to support Canadian films, but then again, there are some people that say the original Black Christmas is dull. It's a slow burn, but it's different though, because there's a quality about Black Christmas and a quality about the original Halloween, both of which are slow burns. Black Christmas even more so. That this movie feels, and I think it's the extra fat. I think that's what it is. I think it's largely the fat that's on this movie, all the extra stuff that I just don't care about, But I have to think on it a bit more, but Frank says, Dave, do we need a good train movie in today's climate? I think so. I watched the remake there of Kenneth Branagh's, or is it Branagh? His Midnight Murder on the Orient Express, excuse me, which I thought was okay. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. But my favorite train movie of all time, I mean, there's the classic, Agatha Christie ones, but one of my favorite ones is a one from the early 90s called Narrow Margin, and it stars Gene Hackman. And I don't know if you guys have seen that. I love that movie, and that takes place in a train. Not the first bit of it, but the vast majority of the movie takes place in a train. Gene Hackman is like a special agent or whatever, and he goes up to Canada here to get a woman who was a witness to a murder, and he has to bring her back to the States. So they hop on a train, but then there are people that want to murder her because she's a witness, and it's like through the mountains in the train, and it's this whole thing on a train. But yet the people that want to murder her don't know what Gene Hackman looks like, so he can like talk to them without him knowing or them knowing that he's like the special agent. It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen, it's early 90s, so I mean, it looks like a early 90s movie. Keep that in mind. But if you haven't seen Terror Train, Narrow Margin, check it out. It's a movie that I actually quite like, and it takes place in a train. It's pretty good. I'll check it out myself. Yeah. Frank Riker says, this movie was riding on JLC's performance in Halloween. You can tell. Anna says, this movie lacks mood and atmosphere. Both are correct. Darren says, all Regal and Cineworld cinemas to close as early as next week. The Bond movie is devastating to our great industry, I bet, especially over there too, because it's such a British staple, I mean, this is brutal, man. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I know that there's a high chance that we may not be able to go to the camera at the end of November, and I'll be so disappointed. Like right now, we're okay because we're considered employers, and it's considered a job, and you can have a certain amount of people on a job as long as you're wearing masks and things like that for our movie. But it's just fucking, it's frustrating. It is. It's frustrating, We'll see what happens, but it is frustrating. I'll be very, and listen, obviously the health and safety of everybody is number one, of course, but I know we'll all be disappointed if we have to push it into next year. We'll all be disappointed, because we're so close. That's the thing too. And all we need is a week. We just need a week. We just need a week. It's too bad that it's a Christmas movie and that, we wanted to shoot, like obviously we're not shooting at Christmas, but we wanted to shoot at a time of year where we could get that vibe a little bit. We just need a week, man. We just need that week. I tell you, Vince was so lucky. He was so lucky. He finished Never Hike in the Snow the week before the pandemic began. He was so fortunate. Dylan's New Nightmare too. I mean, it's been delayed into next year, so I mean, I don't know when. I don't even know when we're going to start that. Next spring, maybe May. I don't know. I've just got my fingers crossed that we can get through like the end of November. Just give us the end of November so we can do this, because I really want to deliver with you guys. Because, she was smart. She was, you could see that go in. Woo! You could see that. But of course, the longer we have to delay the movie, the longer we have to delay the perks. Not every perk. That sounds like a Halloween scream there. Not every perk, of course, but because there are perks we can still fulfill. But you'll have to wait longer for your Blu-rays. You'll have to wait longer for, well, it depends. I mean, it depends if we can shoot it. Like if we can't shoot it at the end of November, but then will we be able to shoot it in the winter? Because if the cold weather is there and the flu is up and the virus is running rampant, we may have to push it a year to shoot, which would really suck. That means that you wouldn't get the movie till 2022. Fuck, I hope we don't have to do that. I really don't. There it is, she's being choked out. She's being choked out. Oh, she's being choked out. Oh, that would have hurt. Ripping the earrings out of her ears, that would have hurt. It's even a dull sort of, I don't want to say death scene, but attack scene. Oh, there's the bra. The shirt is up. The bra is exposed. Yeah. Man, so strange. Hang in there, Frank. Sonny's bullet train is about to shoot. Brad Pitt and a huge ensemble playing 7 assassins on a train all after each other. Cool. That sounds interesting. Shame we won't have any cinemas to screen it in. Yeah. Fuck. AMC theaters to run out of money in 6 months. That's what I heard. Anna says maybe prom night would have been a better choice, or even Freaky Friday. Far scarier. Maybe, Anna. Maybe you may be right. You may be right. Scream Queen in action, folks. Yep, she's screaming. Whoa, that was close. Oh, she's trying to talk to him. She's trying to talk to him. Yes. She's talking to him. Darren says the score is terrible, like something from a 40s film. It is terrible. It is. And 40s films and their scores are awesome if you're watching a 40s movie. You know what I mean? Or if it was a movie set today, but it had that vibe. This doesn't have that vibe. You're right, Darren. Dull. And Pop says, too bad she doesn't have a gun to shoot both of his eyes. I see what you did there, Anna. I see what you did there. Ooh. Nobody hears this? Nobody knows what's going on? This is it. This is even a dull death. This is it for him. Yep. Yep. I support our Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis. I support her. And she definitely earned it in this movie, too. You know, she went through a little bit of hell there. Look at all that blood all over her shirt. She was screaming. It was the boogeyman. As a matter of fact, it was. Everybody clear out! It was the boogeyman! Darren, Canadians must be so proud of this. You must be relieved you made Strange Brew. Yeah, Strange Brew. My Bloody Valentine, I think, was Canadian as well. There's a lot of Canadian movies, actually. I mean, obviously, I can't think of it the top of my head. This is Canadian movies. A lot of them. Yeah, My Bloody Valentine, Look Away, Tusk. Life of Pi. They have Life of Pi as Canadian? Was it must have been funded by where did they get all their funding? Can't be Canadian. Why is it coming up as Canadians? Ang Lee. Oh, because Canada played a big part. That's why. But the States, United Kingdom, Australia, Taiwan. No, it's not a Canadian movie. How about Canadian horror movies? Oh, wait, I'm missing the movie. I forgot about this girl. What's going on here? Jesus Christ, there's still 10 minutes left in this movie? That should have been it. Oh, that's right. They got to have like the jump scare at the end, I think, is what they're going for here. Well, Summer of 84, that's a Canadian movie. That was good. I enjoyed that. Afflicted is Canadian. Yeah, a lot of Canadian horror movies. Backcountry in the Tall Grass, American Mary. Oh, there it is. Oh, he's coming down. That's actually, I actually kind of like that shot because one side of his face is lit. The other side of his face is not. You know, it's good for atmosphere. Even the way he is feels very, yeah. Why did we spend like 5 seconds looking down that hallway? What the hell was the point of that? I don't understand it. I knew it was going to be her. Yeah. Why don't you come back now? Why don't you do that? Darren says Life of Pi was a tax dodge. You may be right. Frank Riker says if they only had Steven Seagal on this train or Denzel, yes. Yeah, you know what movie I like? And people are always like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I like it. I saw it in the theater when it came out. Steven Seagal was in it for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Executive Decision with Kurt Russell. I like that movie. Executive Decision. That's one I should watch. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. So you know that there's going to be something else that's going to... This is not good. I have a feeling it's... Wait a minute. This isn't the... There's a light. Lord, that's beautiful. Go back and start the report, Charlie. I'm going to go and have me some... I got her. Tabitha says, you guys are still here. Yes, we are. The movie is almost done. Probably another 5 minutes or so. Movie is almost done. Frank says, maybe Kurt Russell movies next time. Ooh. We should be able to get a good one. And yeah, maybe. I'm glad this one won, though. You know, we're watching it on the 40th anniversary. It's Jamie Lee Curtis, right? It's a little slasher movie. It's not the best slasher movie, of course. It's a little dull, but it's a lot dull, actually. But, you know, it is what it is. It's fun. I'm glad I watched it again, though, because at least now I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. But I probably won't. If it's on TV and I happen to see it Maybe I'll have it on in the background or something if I'm doing something. But I don't think I would pick up, like I wouldn't pick up the Blu-ray. I have it on DVD. I don't have it on Blu-ray. There's got to be somebody out there, though, that loves this movie. Hey, maybe it's you. Maybe you're watching after the fact. Maybe you love this movie. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. The Magician. Oh, yeah, we don't even know where his body went, right? Or something like that. Is that box going to open behind her? It's framed for it. Yep, I was right. There he is. Oh, I was right. It's just because it was framed. It was set up for that. There's Jamie screaming. The hell's going on? Oh, that's her. For some reason, that literally looked like Kevin Bacon running through the kitchen. I was like, I didn't know he was in this. Tabitha says, I posted I posted pictures of Austin on Facebook in the McRae's page. Amazing. I will check it out as soon as we're done here. We're almost done. That's going to be cute. I can't wait to see that. Anna says, not me for sure. Oh, Carpenter's Elvis, Billy Van would love that. You're right. You know what? I got to admit, I've never seen it. Have you guys seen it? The Elvis TV movie with Kurt Russell? I've never seen it. Oh, there he is. It's kind of weird. What a weird looking guy. That's fucking weird. That's an interesting twist. But it's still... You haven't changed. See, if I was him, he'd be like, you must sleep with me. My water's done. Oh, it's going down, man. It's going down. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on, Jamie. Kick his ass. Oh, he does. He does. Ooh. Don't kiss him. Don't kiss him. Don't do it. Don't do it. I literally don't know what's going to happen. I forget. Here it comes. Yeah, she's going to like stab him or something. Oh, she kisses him. Oh, now he's freaking out. He's crying. He's freaking out. You know what? I got to admit, he's doing a good job. You know what? The beginning of this movie and the very end of this movie are the two best scenes, are the two best parts of the movie. Oh! Oh! Yes! Yes! I love that. That's great. Yes, the very beginning of this movie and the very end of this movie are the two best scenes in the movie. That's fantastic. That's great. I love it. The rest of the movie is dull as fuck. But the beginning scene and the end scene are great. That was so great. Fucking right out, falls off that, like the timing with the bridge and shit. And I love it. That's I love that. Is that it? That must be it. You might as well just end it there. Yeah, there's no need to go on. Cast of characters. That was great. And you know what? The guy that played Kenny, because it was Kenny, right? I think his name was there at the end. He was great. Like he was a little weird looking, you know, and the way he started to spaz out there at the end and shit. I really enjoyed that. I totally believed his performance. And then when he gets wrapped up in the, you know, the curtain or whatever, and the conductor comes along and hits him with the shovel and out he goes. I was like, woo! I was like, yeah, you picked up a little bit here. And then just that death, it's the best death in the movie. That is clearly the best death in the movie, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't know. The beginning of the movie, the end of the movie, but the middle is dull as fuck. But the rest is great. The rest is great. Tabitha says that I'm not missing out, and I'm sure I'd have to pay for it. Glad I didn't. Anna says the guy is creepier without the mask. Never thought I would say that. That's true. Darren says, wasn't he in drag in his latest film too? Yeah, which was from like 2007 or something. He did a couple of movies and I think a little TV spot in the early 80s, and then he didn't do anything for 20 years. And then he played a drag queen in whatever he did in 2007, I believe, 7 or 8. And then he's been MIA, at least according to IMDb, for like the last 10 or 12 years. So I don't know. I think it's, I just love it. I love it. Anna says, I love Dave's enthusiasm. Makes me want to watch Dave more than watch the movie. Well, that's great. I'm glad you enjoy my enthusiasm. Frank Riker says, The Thing, Big Trouble Little China, and Escape would be neck and neck if we did Kurt Russell. Yeah, but then you know what? If you throw Breakdown on there, I got to admit, Breakdown is probably that, Overboard, and The Thing are probably my 3 favorite Kurt Russell movies. And I fucking love Breakdown, man. I love Breakdown. Maybe it is. Maybe next time will be, that's going to be tough too. Like if you have tough for me, but if you had like The Thing, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China, Breakdown, Overboard, and a 6th one would be like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. 6th one would be maybe, I don't know. What other good, there's a lot of good ones though. Soldier or something, or I don't know, like whatever. Not that that's a great Kurt Russell movie, but that would be tough. That would be tough. That, I gotta admit, that would be tough to figure out. But I will leave that up to you guys, whether you guys want to do that. And of course, do what you guys do on the McCrazy Facebook page and sort of figure that out. Darren Sand says, so comedy, horror, or King Kurt. Ooh, Backdraft. Oh man, that's going to be that's going to be a tough one, man. If you guys do King Kurt, that's going to be tough. Oh my God, that's going to be tough. I don't know. Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's definitely going to be tough. An Executive Decision. Oh yeah, there's too many. Stop. Oh my God. I'll leave you guys to it. I'm open to whatever you want. There we go. Whatever you guys want to do. Comedy, horror comedy, or King Kurt, as we'll call him. Whatever you guys want to do. Hey, listen, I got to skedaddle, folks, but you guys are amazing, of course, to my patrons that are level 2 and 3. You're amazing. You guys know you guys know you're amazing, I should say. And for those of you that couldn't tune in for whatever reason and are watching after the fact, again, thank you to your support each and every month here. It keeps these shows going, this channel going, and I really, really do appreciate it. And to all of you watching after the fact, if you want to get in on Saturday movie night, you think that interests you, there is a link to my Patreon in the description, of course, if you want to check it out. I will be back hopefully Monday evening with Two Dudes and Some Bullshit, but I still have to figure some stuff out. And this month I just realized is going to be a bit tricky when it comes to Monday shows because there's just a lot of juggling we're doing this month and stuff, but I will keep you guys informed, my moderators, of course, informed on that, on what's going on. So, sit tight, and hopefully I'll have an announcement over the next day or so whether or not Two Dudes is happening Monday night. But there may be a bit of a hiatus with Two Dudes depending on what's going on here, because this Monday, I'm going to try and get it going. Might be a bit tricky. The following Monday, of course, is Thanksgiving for us. And then the following Monday after that, myself and Bruce and our DP and our gaffer and our key and our grip electric swing are potentially going up to the location to have a look. Of course, that's a 4-hour drive away, 4 hours there, 4 hours back. We have to be at the place. That could be happening on Monday the 19th. So there's just a lot of stuff that's going on right now. But I will keep you posted on what's going on. I'm hoping I can get a 2 dudes in this Monday, because at least I'll feel better about that. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then, of course, on Tuesday, I'm having Sean from Fandom Empire. Sean from Fandom Empire will be on McRae Live on Tuesday morning. He is apparently launching his Indiegogo campaign for his Halloween fan film, I believe he's doing. And he's launching that on Monday, as far as I know. So I invited him to come on Tuesday morning, because I figure that's a good time to kill that bird, so to speak. So he'll be on McRae Live on Tuesday. And hopefully we'll see how that goes. So that should be fun. I like Sean. Really, really nice guy. And so that should be a fun show there Tuesday morning. All right, folks, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. You know you are. So in the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you guys. Look, Darren says I'll set a poll up, he says. Okay, I thought you said there for a moment it's already up, and I'm like, geez, you guys are fast. Amazing. All right, and it looks like we're going for King Kurt. Oh, this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. This is going to be, I know what I might be rooting for, but this might be really tough. Breakdown is one of those movies that is really good, and everybody who sees it knows it's really good, but I have a feeling it's not, when you have all the others up there, I have a feeling it's not going to make the cut. We'll see, though. We'll see. All right, guys, take care. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.